Mike, you have spidery fingers.
I do, apparently. Alien-like or octopus-like. Octopi-like fingers.
Octopi
fingers. They're quite long, I suppose. I guess.
They're beautiful hands. They're beautiful hands.
Let's
Look at those nails. Let's talk nails.
Okay, let's do that. Yeah, my nails are all natural. All natural, baby. The reason that I don't have any acrylic nails or anything like that is because I play very lightly. I generally... I don't know, I have quite a light touch.
Right.
I don't know where that came from. It might have just been fear of being too loud or something, but I've only ever broken a nail at a gig once.
So quite a lot of your sound is coming out of your nails. They're quite important.
Yeah.
And also you're doing this wonderful sort of scratch pad thing.
Oh, yes. This is a lot of people wondering about this. Actually, this is something that Nick, the guy that made the guitar, actually I think came up with for Eric Roche.
Right.
Back in the day. I think it was just literally to stop him wearing down his guitar, and it's just a piece of wood, it's a piece of spruce in this case.
Okay.
And what happens is over time, through sort of repetitive action, the sort of hard, the soft bits of the wood, the soft sort of bits get worn down, and you leave a little hard grain. Yeah. And it sort of creates a nice sort of.
Talk me through your sort of your slaps and your taps. First of all, your string slapping.
That particular one actually came from writing this, black sheep, have you any wool? Gotcha arrangement. And I was in this area of the guitar because I had to play a harmonic at the same time or something, and I needed a snare drum, and the low strings were already being played, so I couldn't do that because it would have affected the resonance of those strings. So what I had left was this finger to hit there to get the snare at the same time. So it's
necessity.
Yeah, all it is just understanding the physics of the instrument. I mean, it's just a box with strings, and if you're going to hit it in these areas, you're going to get this sound. If you're going to hit it in these areas, you're going to get this sound. And depending on where you are at the time, what you're playing, what you want to express, you've just got to use these different, I suppose, techniques to facilitate that. My approach is very much that of taking ingredients of a traditional drum kit or a percussion kit or something, and trying to match, using different techniques to match a percussive attack with a melodic thing. For example, to get a single note and a snare, I might pick a note whilst flicking my thumb into the low strings like this. Okay, so that'll be a single note and a snare. To get a chord and a snare, that'll be a chord by itself. I'd run my finger into the sound hole.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
So you get a snare like that. Alternatively, you can flail. That's a thumb and a sort of strike like this. Again, chord and a snare. Upstroke and a snare. Sound hole the other way. Bass drum down here. You got bass drum strumming like that. Bass drum and snares.
Feel like breaking into song.
It depends entirely on the context of the song. If there's a part that requires that kind of effect, for sure. I mean, in terms of achieving a low note and achieving a snare attack, then yeah, for sure. I mean, that's slap-based technique is incredibly important. That kind of vibe. Yeah. But if I just want to get the bass note by itself, then there'd be no need for that. I mean, sometimes I like to play notes and use this sort of scratchy pad here with another fingernail to strike like this, which is incredibly tricky to do. Yeah. But it's just another sort of way of achieving a snare drum and a melody and something at the same time.
Definitely.
It's all about finding different hit points and finding out where you need to be, depending entirely on the context of the song. So many people are really, really keen on learning this sort of style of playing specifically, but every player is totally different. It's sort of percussive guitar, I suppose, is sort of the umbrella of which this all falls under. But there's no fixed rule book really. Everyone has their own interpretation. Every person I've ever seen teach or do a class or play and talk on stage or something, they have different approaches.